AbeTap X83 wireless cameras, security cameras. Got a couple of them right here. These were provided to me to test and demonstrate, and I've got the perfect use for them. That's what we're going to do coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop, and for a long time I wanted to put a couple of security cameras on the front of the shop here. I've just never got around to doing it, mostly because there's no wiring out there and I needed power to power the cameras. These, and when they were offered to me to demonstrate, normally I kind of shy away from this type of thing, but have an absolute use for this, and because they have their own internal battery, I need absolutely no wiring out there. Yes, I'm a retired electrician, and yes, I could have run wire out there and power out there. I just didn't want to do it. So these have an internal battery, and there's a port at the bottom here you can open up to charge. And it says in the sheet here somewhere how long that lasts, your battery charge will last. But this is also Wi-Fi enabled, so I don't have to have a network cable either. I can just hook them up over my Wi-Fi. One of the things you will need to have, though, is a smartphone, because you're going to need this smartphone to set it up. There's a QR code on the box here, and also in the directions. And I printed the big version of this so I could read it instead of the little bitty version. To get these set up, because you will need, your phone will generate a QR code and the camera will have to see it. That's how you pair it, and that's how you set it up with your network. And hopefully I'll be able to show all this without giving out too much personal information. If we get into my network name and my address and my GPS location and all that, that's not going to be in the video, believe me. So you have to charge these when they first come out of the box, and I have done this with both of them. Although one of them is not completely charged yet, I'll be putting it back on when I get done making this video here, but I just want to get these set up. There is an app you will need to download for your phone called Vivo Home. And you'll have to sign up for an account, and then you put in your email, and then it'll send you a verification code to your email, and you got to go back and put it back in, and then you got a separate password. So it's like most things, you got to go through that little bit of hassle. But now I'm going to get to setting these cameras up. Okay, so you're going to get to see this as I do it here. I've got the app loaded, I'm signed into it already here, and it'll come up and say add a new device now. There's a power button on the bottom of this. I will try to get in here and show you. It's that little bitty button right there. It's got a kind of a picture of a power thing on it. So you got to push and hold that for 3 seconds. Little blue light comes on the front, and it makes a noise. Okay, now it says to add new device now. And this thing makes noises. So long press the power button until the device emits a tip sound. Well, there's my sound. It says, please connect to a power source until you hear an alert sound from the device. Well, I've got to go get a USB adapter for that. That's only if you don't hear the sound. So I heard the sound. Next step. Okay, allow your location, that's your geographical location. Click OK, searching for activated devices. Choose my device, there it is. Configure the Wi-Fi, searching the Wi-Fi network. You have to use a 2.4 gigahertz. It won't work on a 5G. Just so you know that. So I enter your Wi-Fi password, and I can confirm that. And I click connect, and I'm connected to the network. It says connecting.
Wi-Fi connected.
Told me Wi-Fi connected. Okay, we'll call it garage. So we're done there. You're supposed to place it where you're going to need to install it. Check the strength of the Wi-Fi signal. That's not an issue. It's going to be right outside the door here. Click on next step. How do you plan to use your device? Battery power only. Choose the installation place you need. Okay, we've got that. Adjust installation angles, and we'll get to that. Tells you how to install it. And it gives you a firmware update. So I need to update firmware. So we'll let that do its thing here, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, you will notice as you're setting up your camera or your device that it is going to show the GPS location. It's going to show your network name. It's going to show your network password as you're setting all this up. That's why I am not actually showing what's on my phone screen here, but it is very self-explanatory. You just need to go through. I don't need to be putting my address and everything out into the interwebs. So we're still we're at 95% at upgrading firmware so far. Okay, it is motion activated, and while I was playing with it here, I can play back a little bit of security video, and you can see it in real time here. So I will move off to the side, and I'll kind of bring my phone up over here. So what you're looking at is the corner of the shop right there, and it's got a wide angle lens. I can even get into the picture a little bit. Stick my hand out there, and so you can see it picks it up pretty well. Now I need to set up the next camera. Okay, I've got this up so that I can add it. I've clicked on the little plus thing there to add another device. So I've heard the noise. Next step, pick my device, and it all picks that up perfect. When I saved from before, you connect to it. It's connected.
Wi-Fi connected.
And hopefully you heard that. It said Wi-Fi connected. I do need to finish charging these yet, and I'll do that here later on after I get everything set up. These are adjustable, so you can rotate it, and once you get it rotated around where you want it, you turn this bottom collar and it'll lock that down so it won't be floppy. We'll wait for that one to set up. Okay, firmware successfully updated. Okay, you could pick, once you bring the app up on your phone, and you don't have to be right here by it. You could be out in Beaufunk somewhere. It's actually a place. Boondocks too. There's actually a Boondocks, Iowa. I've been there. So you could be out in the, let's say the Boondocks somewhere, and you can take a look at this, and you can see it in real time. You can talk to it. There's a speaker on this, so if you see somebody there, you can push on this little microphone, say, go away. Oh, that comes out on there. It's kind of cool. And you can listen in too. I'm getting feedback here, so I'll turn that sound on. I was getting feedback because I'm right here by it. But you can talk to it and you can listen to it too. So it's a good little feature. So if you would mount this at your front door and you see somebody out there, you could pop on this thing and say, hey, what do you want? Go away. We don't want any. Or you could say, hey, you know, whatever, I'll be right there. Or maybe you're getting a package delivery, you just say, you know, leave it on the porch there, I'll be right out, that kind of thing. So it'd be real handy for that. There's also a battery indicator at the top of the app here, which tells you how much battery you have, and I see that this one is fully charged, and this one's only about half, so I need to put this, I'm going to put them both back on the charger. And you can, white light, oh, by golly, you can turn a light on. I'll show you that. Audible alarm. Hopefully you can hear that. So if you see something you don't like and you want them to go away, just hit that. Okay, within the app there's a library where you can wview events, and each video burst it takes is 10 seconds long, and it gives you a timestamp with each one and tells you where it came from. So I've got a whole bunch of pictures of myself here. So I got 15 events and 15 videos on the day. Of course, they're motion activated. I'm standing here from, so I'm constantly tripping them. So it'll be a little different once I get them out there and mounted. Update on the AbeTap cameras. Got them up and mounted and working and connected to the phone and also on a tablet. So I'll show you here where we've got them mounted and how I've got them on my tablet and how much easier it is to view them. So several days later, got the cameras mounted. I've got one looking down the length of the driveway, one looking over towards the house, which also covers the front of the shop right here. and they have been performing perfectly. I'll also be able to access these easily off just a step stool when they need to be charged. And I can either just plug a cable right into them, or I can unscrew them, take them down and charge them. Shouldn't be any problem. I wanted to show here that not only can you access it from your phone, you can also put it on a tablet. This here is on an Android tablet, and this is the last two shots of when I was outside shooting video of where I had the cameras mounted. And by tapping on the center of that picture, I can get a live view. As soon as that connects here, I don't have, there we go, that's live view right there over the back of the house. And yes, we had some snow. And I can also take the last one here that shoots down the length of the driveway and change that to live view. So now we have live view of what's down the driveway and out in the street. And by tapping on the bottom corner of the picture, this is live view right now, you can take this up to full screen. So if you have a tablet here, you can really see what's going on much better than you can with your phone. And this works just as well with notifications if you're off somewhere. As I said, it's several days later because I had to get a couple of micro SD cards to put in there to record any video that it made, and it's been working perfectly. They've been up there now for about a week, and the only thing I've had with a false alarm, so to speak, is we had a very, very heavy snowfall, and I mean it was coming down at the rate of a couple inches an hour, and that would set the camera off because it was just like a constant blanket of white coming over. But otherwise, they're working perfect. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. There'll be a link in the description on where to get these. Roger in the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.